Hi again, back with another tutorial for you. This time we will be drawing a 3/4 view face. And 3/4 view face basically just means when a face is looking off to one particular side. So as always, we'll begin with drawing an oval and crosshairs. Do not worry about getting a perfect circle or oval. As long as you have the basic mass of one, it does not matter if it looks sketchy or anything like that. So once you've got that in, then you can add your crosshairs, always beginning with the vertical crosshair because you want to determine which way your face is looking first. And in 3/4 view, the face is only partially looking to one side, so it's not like a profile view where it's looking directly to the side and you'll only be viewing the side of the face. It's kind of in the middle between a front face view and a profile view. So start with your vertical crosshair, and you want to put that crosshair about 3/4 to the direction that your character will be looking. So hence why it's called 3/4 view, because the center of the face is at 3/4 of the circle. So once you've got your vertical hair in, then add your pair of crosshairs to indicate where the eyes will be, determine where on the head they sit, and then the bottom line, like in my eye tutorial, the bottom part of the eye will rest on the bottom crosshair, and then the top part will be where the eyes stop. Alright, so, and always making sure that you have a fairly even space in between the two. Alright, so now that we have that down, we want to put in the basic guidelines of where the facial features will be. So we'll put in maybe an iris. Oh wait, actually before we do that, a helpful trick for 3/4 view in drawing, you can add another vertical hair to show you where the front of the face kind of stops, like where the edge of that is. Because in 3/4 view, we're not only viewing the front of the face, we also see a little bit of the side of the skull, so hence where the ear would be sitting, and a little bit of the back of the head or back of the skull. So this next vertical crosshair will tell you where the front of the face stops and help you position your eyes in 3/4 view a little bit better. So now that we've got that in, the edge of your eye will never ever overlap this edge vertical crosshair. So we'll put some of the details of the eye in here. Let's start with the top arc. Kind of just sketch in a basic guideline. And when drawing eyes in 3/4 view, the eye that is closer to you, aka the eye that is on the larger portion of the circle, the eye that's closest to you, is always going to be a little bit larger than the eye on the far side of the face, because things that are closer will always appear larger, and things that are farther away will always appear smaller. But it's really not a very big size difference at all, so you don't want to make it very much smaller, just kind of ever so slightly. And also, in 3/4 view, the eye on the far side will usually appear to be a little bit shorter in width than the eye closer. So, as you can see, this eye is just a little bit shorter than the one closer because of how the face is turned. So now we can put in maybe an iris, and the irises The far one is again just really, really slightly smaller. I don't know if you can really tell, but it is just ever so slightly smaller. And now we want to indicate where our nose is going to be, which will be roughly about halfway down from the bottom horizontal crosshair line to the edge of the circle here. So halfway between that, we'll put our nose marker, and then about halfway between the farthest edge of the circle and the line of the nose, we will indicate where the mouth is going to go. So halfway between the nose edge and the bottom of the circle here. So even though it looks like it's pretty close to the edge of the circle here, it's actually pretty much halfway to where this is. And now we're going to indicate where the ear is going to be, which is usually kind of near the middle of this extra space here. And now we want to put in a jaw structure. So the way you can start out with this is start on the far side of the face, and you want to make kind of an indent in the circle. And it starts kind of just where the eyebrows would be, and usually ends around where the nose is. And then you can begin an incline to where the chin will be. I'll add the chin. And for the bottom jawline, it's never at the same angle. If we put the line for the closer side of the jaw at the same angle as this part of the face, it would look way too drastic. So the jawline that's facing closest to us is kind of a little bit more at a horizontal angle, I suppose. And your jaw is going to end where this far horizontal line ends. And then you can incline it up a little bit to where your ear will be. Alright, so now that we have basic jaw shape in there, we can add a little bit more details to where the nose is going to be. So I find that the bridge of the nose in this view, it usually kind of lines up with where that edge of the eye is there. So it kind of looks like you're continuing the line of that eye there, but with kind of a break. And then you can kind of make a little arrow, I suppose, for the nose. And then maybe add in a nostril here. And I actually don't like where the mouth is sitting there, so I'm going to erase that. And then we'll just add in our mouth. And then we can put in our ear, which is kind of similar to a half oval. And ears seem to kind of stop around where the nose is. It starts kind of near the eyes and then stops where the nose is. Alright. Now, and then we'll give the head a bit more mass to it. And then the back of the neck usually is kind of about where the ear is. So you don't want to start it where this line is. You kind of want to put it back where the ear is.